Okay, so our first survey drone is on its way. I still have some combat units here. We've got things in construction. Things are going pretty smoothly at this point. I think I'm ready to just speed up time. One point that I will make for anybody who played Galactic Ruler at launch, as we've done development for our other series, the Supreme Ruler series, some changes were made in how the default speeds are set up. If I go into the game options general, excuse me, the last option in there is called boosted fastest game speed. The default for the game right now is to have this off. When off, it tries to create a consistent top speed that averages out so that you have a smooth, every day is about the same speed. If you choose to turn on boosted fastest game speed, which I am using, and I tend to prefer to play that way overall, any day that it can run it faster, it will run it faster. But that may mean you may get dips and valleys in game speed as different things are going on, but it will try and run the game as fast as your machine can manage. So I will crank this up to the top speed. And we get a day counter up here. So each day as it goes by is 1. And so, and you get a bit of a representation. If I was down at the planet level, we would see sort of a dark to light of the planet itself, although we don't try and simulate daytime, nighttime. The decision was that was going to create too much complexity. So here are my survey drones just going around. And we did the objective of find an exploitable world. So I'll close that, it'll keep going. Now they want us to have 4 attack fighters in reserve. I think I started the attack. Let me slow this down for a second. I'm going to click our emblem to go back to our home world. Attack fighter. Why don't I tell you? He was set to auto deploy. I'm going to turn that off so he'll stay in reserve when built. And I'll do that for a couple of these so that I'll be able to meet that requirement. Okay. Crank the speed up again. Where's our survey drone at now? Another lava moon. So as soon as something has been surveyed, you can double click on it to check out, well, what does the surface of that planet look like? And one of the things I have the habit of doing is going in and checking the elements for agriculture. Well, with this faction, agriculture not so much, but metal ore, energy. For us, this would be a really good planet to exploit, although I do recognize here it says that it is a hostile atmosphere. And that does limit how conquest of a world happens. If it is a breathable atmosphere, landing on it will claim the whole surface for your faction. If it is an uninhabitable atmosphere, then when you land, you'll only get a certain pocket. And this does create cases where perhaps a dead moon, one faction could land on one side and start exploiting it for energy, and then another could land on the other side and start exploiting it for ore, though I don't know if dead moons usually have energy. But that is the concept, is that some worlds could have multiple factions coexisting peacefully, maybe for a time. All right, build a second orbital station. My standard way of playing, I had already started that in motion. Now it's telling me I have construction unit idle. That's probably for my planet level, yeah. So I'm going to go back down to planet level. I'm going to reset my filters. Land units. I know I'm going to want to go on to another planet to invade. I have some defense forces, but I like the MAVs. So I'm going to put a dozen of those into production queue. Oh, the 3 are in construction, then 10 more. And then artillery. I like artillery. I like ranged attacks. Build 10 of those. I also know that as we land onto new worlds, that concept of supply, where we land will be unsupplied territory. I should bring some transport trucks, some supply units with me. So I'm going to build 3 of the water boys. And so that'll start planet level construction. We've completed some stuff here. What's this? Ore mines. So the ore mines have finished. I'm going to shift click to dismiss all of those. We're also starting to get some survey complete messages. Now some of those other planets I want to exploit. I'm likely to want to put an orbital station above them. What are we building right now? So we're still getting through the attack fighters. Oh, actually, we're almost done building our attack fighters. So then it's going to start onto engineers. Pause for just a moment. Where are we at? 44 days remaining, then we'll be building 3 ships at once instead of 1. There's our research. About 36 days left. Then we'll be able to start exploring other systems. Because I know the Stellar Engineer is FTL capable. The Survey is FTL capable. So that's good. Yeah, and one of the things that's happening in the background, for just to clarify for new players, I had started out with the different resources, and even before time had really rolled, I had said I was going to export agriculture, I was going to import energy. And the effect of that has been that even though we don't produce enough energy for our needs, our sustainable, how much energy we have in stock, has managed to stay about balanced. We're about the same place. I've asked for more than this, but they haven't been able to deliver more than what we're consuming. So I should keep that in mind, that as I do, if I try doing more research at once, research costs energy. If I try and fly a lot of ships around, energy is fuel. So all those sort of things are putting strain on the energy that I use, and I'm not managing to import and produce more. I may have to be careful not to run into issues there. I will point out in the bottom right corner of the screen, where we have the mini-map, we also have some buttons to show report screens. One of the ones that I really like is in the resource report. It talks about who produces, consumes. Though at the start of the game you haven't met the other factions, you don't know their data. Importers, exporters, same sort of thing. But there is this supply chain. This is about us. And it tells us for any selected commodity, how's it coming in, where's it going out, how's it flow. So I can see that on the previous day, 2 million megawatt hours went from the facilities that produced it into our stock, but then from our stock, the population took 3 million. So our population alone is using 1 million more than what we can make, and then research needed 500,000, and making our finished goods was 2 million more on top of that. So this sort of gives you a breakdown of where things are coming and going. You do have the option of rationing. Now that is something you have to be careful of. It will upset your people if they don't get the stuff they need. Once you start rationing to specific things, it does lock it out from other places. And if we ration them on food, population will start to die. There is a starvation model that was added to the game. Sorry, I just needed a drink there. So the supply chain is a nice way to track where all your commodities are coming and going. You can even see it in a all commodities and go to the enlarged view of the screen so you can see everything at once. Okay, I'll put that one away and back to the mini map, and let's keep time rolling. So yeah, so our energy situation right now is stable, but we haven't done a lot of growth yet. I'm just waiting on that first engineer. Where's our drone at? Let's go to deployed units. Survey drone. Select him. Center on him. Oh, I guess he's come back home because he must have gotten chased away by the pirate. No. What happened there? Why did he not go and try and see? Oh, he wouldn't have been able to get into the pirate air in their space. The drone won't cross the border. I thought that we would actually get spotted by the pirates when he went down there. We didn't. I think I want to trigger finding the pirates. So let's go here. We'll just park our drone there long enough to get caught. Oh, first engineering ship built. Okay, let's pause for a second, center on this event. Where is he? There he is. Planetary engineer. Okay, so engineers can be used for a variety of things. If you have stuff in construction, parking an engineer adjacent or on top of where construction is happening will speed up the construction, though it doesn't cost less. You end up just spending the resources faster and get it finished faster. Engineers can also be used, actually something I should do right now is I can drop an FTL beacon. The FTL system in this game is that ships can jump to another system. But if the system they're going to does not have a beacon on which they can focus to land at an exact point, then they will arrive at a random point somewhere in the system. So right now, I want to get my engineer to drop an FTL beacon, so that once we do have those FTL capable ships, I can quickly get them back home and make sure that they'll arrive close to the home world. Engineers can also be used to put outposts on the surface of planets or orbital stations above other planets. So let's decide how we want to do this. Okay. Asteroid, ice world. Does this have any energy? Actually it does, and this is a bit away from the pirates. Considering how little energy there is on my homeworld, this might make a good first colony for us. Okay, engineer, I'm going to find this planet, control right click. Actually I should demonstrate what I just did there for any players who are new. I can go to my deployed units, find the engineer, add it to selection. So it's over off to the right there somewhere. With the engineer selected, if I just right-click on the planet, he's going to travel there. But by holding the control key on the keyboard and right-clicking, I had access to a number of the orders that he can be given. And specifically, I'm going to want to build an outpost. Outpost is on the planet, orbital station is above. And when I say build outpost, that immediately shows me the surface, where I had turned on my energy filter previously. And I'm thinking, this is probably a good spot for our outpost, so we can try and exploit that energy quickly. So I'm going to issue the order, and it tells me an engineering ship is en route. I'll go back up and let time roll. And if I zoom out, let me put away my messages for a minute. And there he goes. Ah, we were seen by the pirates. So scavengers, let's center on this event. So the pirates spotted us. Where did my drone go? Oh, I guess because the drone was on AI, he flew home as fast as he got there. Oh, yeah. So, I want to slow this down. Oop. Okay, they're heading towards each other right now, and that's going to be a bad idea. The pirates can capture your ships. So I'm going to just tell my drone to... Actually, I wonder if... that pirate might already have a focus in mind. I'm going to send him over to my to the other faction's world, because we've been made allied with them. And I could tell him to go direct, but that sends him through the sun. I could hold shift on the keyboard to set a waypoint to make him go from there to there and bypass it. But we've actually set up the AI to understand that it cannot fly through the sun. If I tell it to go over there, let's see if he gets away. Let's speed up the time a bit. Oh, it wants us to deploy some attack fighters. Okay, we'll come back to that. Looks like the pirate is focused on heading to our world, isn't chasing my drone. Okay. Oh, our defensive platform's online. Perfect timing. Alright, I will speed this up a bit. And we'll observe that the drone, once it gets too close to the sun, will path around. You can force your ships into the sun, but then they will start taking damage and eventually blow up. Alright, so our drone did help out, that we know there's pirates coming. I have found I like to hit the pirates in a bit of a screening attack. So I'm going to tell them to move with waypoints, and at the last waypoint, I'm going to control right click and say patrol. And same way here, I'm going to take, I'm going to elastic band these, get my list. I want 2 attack fighters and 2 interceptors. And I'm going to make them waypoint out here and then patrol to back there. And then I'll speed this up a little bit. So in my experience playing the game, keeping your ships totally stationary makes it more likely that the pirates will be able to swarm where they're standing, as opposed to the moving crosswise. They will sort of take shots as they go, and the pirates will move on to the next thing. And this may be me trying to exploit limitations of game AI, but I feel like players do that anyway. AI players will never be as good as human players. We certainly try and make it as good as we can, but to me this is the fun, is finding the patterns. And I could be wrong about this being as effective as I think. I just know I like this. Okay, I'm going to speed this up a little bit. Let's see where those pirates are at. And again, because of the Key Seriali campaign, they start with a bit more. The attack fighters are built. Normally players would have to research that before they could build them. They wouldn't start with them. So the pirates are less of a threat to me in this start. I have more stuff to work with. There they are. I want to slow this down. We've also been able, as part of the development for Galactic Ruler Enlightenment, we were able to do some updates on the graphic effects for shots, hits, kills, and we're kind of happy with how that all came out. I think we'll be able to kill him. Let's make sure and engage him from multiple sides. Yeah, he's decided this is too dangerous. Oh, but there's another pirate coming in. Oop, I might lose some of these. I'm going to start sending these guys home for repairs already. Get them out of combat if I can. Well, that pirate's going to escape. I think we'll get him. No, oh, we did. Oh, here comes some more. Yeah, this is, again, I find that by having things pathing in and out, I can get a better sense for which ones need damage, and it sort of alternates who they can target. And so, anybody here? Yeah, some of these already need some repair. I'm going to select a bunch of you guys and issue a repair order. Oops, pause time. And we still got stuff in construction, though I'm now producing a transport ship. I wonder if I should pause that temporarily. I'm going to pause that and start production of a few more attack fighters. Once those are done... Ooh. Oh, maybe we'll try and chase him down a little bit. I don't want to get too far from my homeworld and my source of supply. Oh, well, we've been doing this. Oh, our engineer is almost there. Now I have to hope that the pirates haven't sent anybody to guard this world. Every now and then the pirates will move around the system trying to find stuff themselves, and that can cause you to suddenly arrive somewhere and discover that you're not alone. It looks like we're good. Okay, so we've created our first colony now. Let me bring back our messages. Let's see. So our outpost is online. So if I double click to go down to the planet, we can see that it has placed for us an outpost. Outposts come with a spaceport, and that does consume the engineer. Colony management is something that is newer to the series of games that we make. So I'm just going to reset my filters. When you are focused as the colony, you'll notice that there's a color shift on the UI to try and indicate to players you're not the Empire, you're the colony. You also get double flag here that I can see this is the faction we're playing, the region we're playing. This is the colony and tells us about the colony. So by clicking on the small flag, you can on the fly alternate who you are. I believe we set up a hotkey for that. Let me check the list of hotkeys. Wasn't it? It's high ground. Switch focus, colony, empire. Control S to switch. So Control S on the keyboard will cause it to switch. So this is a colony. It currently has a population of only 5,000 people because that was the crew of the engineering ship. Over time, supply will build up, but if I check here, supply in the hex we started is up to 14%, but the adjacent hex is only 1, that it's going to be tough to start building anything until we get at least past 5%, and the rate of construction is going to be very low until we can get over about 20%. But we have our first colony. Considering that this is a non-breathable, hostile world, I'm not sure I really want to send any population there right now. we'll just let this sit for a little while until the supply balances out, and then we'll start doing some production here. Alright, click my emblem to go back to my homeworld. Pirates are still poking at me. Oop, maybe I should slow that down a little bit. Oh, they captured my engineer. Now that's a problem. I'm going to have to kill it because small ships... The pirates are a special case where a small ship can capture larger ships. The interceptors and attack fighters that players get are not capable of capturing. Okay, and then I've got some attack fighters. I need to deploy all those. And these guys, I'm actually going to use rules of engagement for faster movement. Destroy 10 pirate spaceships. Oh, that's the plan. I'm going to destroy more than those if I can. Alright. Again, I'm going to have to crank up. And cranking up the speed, while it makes them move faster, it does make these ships consume energy faster. So long term, this isn't a good choice. And I need to watch. Some of these, I think, are already running out of ammunition. Oh, I'm damaged. I can't even see that engineer right now. So, let's see if my survey drone can help me catch this. This has now become a game of cat and mouse. Wasn't what I intended it to be. Alright, it was headed in this direction. Can I find it again? I feel like my attack ships are faster moving than my engineers. Let's give them a long distance movement, see if we can catch that engineer. My concern is that the pirates will use the engineer to take over, to deploy... Oh! What's that? There it is. Okay. Sadly, we're going to have to kill that engineer I built and build another one. Okay. Alright, the pirates don't have an engineer. Now, ships... Oh, most of these... I'm just going to send everybody back in for repair for now. And then we'll see who comes out in good condition. I'm going to park the survey drone at the back of my territory. I should build one other thing here. There's another space level facility we can build, which is a orbital sensor array. This gives us a wider field of vision for our homeworld. Also, sensor arrays will reveal if any stellar anomalies exist in this system. And then our drone can go around and check out the anomalies. Anomalies sometimes give you nothing, but sometimes they help progress research. Sometimes you'll get energy for free from them. So, and once one person finds an anomaly and explores it, it is removed from the map. So you want to be the first to find it so that you can be the one to gain the benefit. Now the pirates are going at the other faction, the Rydandites. And that's fine. Oh, and they're starting to attack. That'll also help, because that's going to distract them somewhat. They're going to be unfocused. Let's go back and check our colony. I'm going to double click to go down. There we go. So the supply has started to extend. If I show the supply filter, you can sort of see that as you're able to supply, it pushes out your ownership area. But that's where some other player could come and land on another spot on the world. Alright, I want to see resources, energy. I want to build my first power plant on another world. Now, because of the economy, yes, over 1,000 days, because of the economy, the low population, the low supply, building on colonies takes significantly longer. The balance of this is actually also in review. That we've, just in the last week, we've been looking a little more at how population growth works and how population transfer between worlds works. In the next week or two, we're going to actually be reviewing a bit more about what is affecting the rate of production, is the balance for that, where we want it to be. So that, just in case that comes up as a topic, I think we've seen it, one or two people mentioning it on the Discord, but it's something we've been noticing in our playthroughs as well. But it does eventually get built. It's just that colonizing is a slower process, and we haven't decided if that's the exact balance we want. Our game is still in development. This is something that you will see updates, changes, and if you have thoughts on this, if you start playing the game and you find elements you like, elements you don't like, please join us on our Discord or on our forums. Leave some feedback on where you'd like to see the game go. We definitely pay attention to the comments we get, and we have on numerous occasions taken community feedback as direction for what to do. Okay, so I've basically filled up this location. I have nothing else I could put around this world. If I want to build other space level stuff, I'm going to have to do it by claiming another planet. Now, claiming another planet is going to start another colony because it's not directly adjacent to my home world. Oh, more pirates coming in. Let's go engage that thing before it runs away. And now they're going to go repair it, and it's just going to come at me again later. Lost my train of thought. So let's check out the objectives. These are all the things I've been given to do so far. Most of them I've done. I missed one here where it wanted us to research a very specific technology. Let's add that to the research queue. Oh, actually, a good time to check this. We only had one thing left in the queue. So, ammo loader mechanism, is that what they asked for? Yeah, ammo loader mechanism. Let's add that to the research queue. Also, now that we've researched, stellar energy collectors, especially with the gas giants we have here, I'm going to add that to my research queue. I do need to rebuild my missing engineering ship. Capital ship. Oh, and we've unlocked the FTL capable ships. Okay, so I'm going to need about 5 more drones, 2 survey ships, at least 1 more planetary engineer, and then I'll need 2 stellar engineers. The planetary name indicates that they can only travel within your system. Stellar indicates that it's FTL capable. And now that we have the FTL capability, I can show you guys the galaxy level. So this is our system represented by our star. You can see that we have access to 7 other systems. Now to get there, we need a ship that's FTL capable. The only thing FTL capable I can see right now is one of those merchant AI transports that's bringing me goods in exchange. So the things I just put into construction, no, not yet. They're in the queue still. But these survey ships and stellar engineers, if I double click for the full view, we can see that this thing has an FTL engine, that it is FTL capable of FTLing to other star systems. When ships move around within their own system, the fuel they use is energy. To do an FTL jump, the storyline of the game is that the FTL engine charges up from energy from the star. So you just have to wait for the for the FTL engine to charge up, and then you're able to jump. When you arrive in a new system, your FTL engine is empty, but the closer you are to the star, the faster it will recharge, which has caused me, when I'm doing some of my gameplays, that I will jump into a system that is boring to me, that has nothing interesting, and I will just drop a beacon near the star, because then it means that as I jump through that system, I'm going to arrive at a point where I will recharge fast and be able to move on to the next system. I should pause for a second. I've been yapping away and I have not checked the Discord at all to see what sort of questions have come in. So, bear with me for a moment while I check and see what's happening on the Discord to see if there's specific questions. I'm just going to mute myself for a second. Okay, so far things seem good. No big things going on. Somebody had mentioned they saw me do the right click of go to for the planet. You can also double click on a planet to get down to the surface. And same thing when you are all the way up at the galaxy level. Double click will take you down into a system. Oops. Although you obviously cannot go into a system that you haven't explored yet. More merchant AIs. Okay, so we're really at this point waiting for the construction of our first survey ships. I'm going to crank up the speed again. And we have our FTL beacon. We know where the pirates are. And actually the pirates, because the pirates are starting to get in a conflict with the Rydandites, I'm wondering if I can probably get dominance over the pirates right now. Okay, so I'm going to take this stack, and if I control click on another stack, I can add them to my selection. Okay, so I've got 16 ships here. Oh, I don't want the survey drones. I'm going to leave them behind. Oh, first FTL capable ship has been built. Let's slow this down. I will manage that in a moment. So I've got a group of combat ships here. I'm going to send them with a waypoint straight down there and then here. Okay, this fleet of mine should be able to overpower any remaining pirate ships around their world, and then just make sure that anything they try and get in or out, I can probably blockade their world, essentially. Alright, where is... survey ship. I'll bring that one over here, and a survey drone. One of the mechanics that I like to make use of in our game is that the survey ships are capable of surveying individual worlds, and are capable of the FTL jump. The drones can't jump, can only survey. But the survey ships have one extra property, which is, if I go into their record sheet, they do have a carrier capacity for drones. They can't carry fighters or interceptors. You can't use them as a true space aircraft carrier. But if I get my survey ship over here, oh, it's already picked up, or all of those are going together. I need you drones. Oh, no, survey ship. I want you still there. All right. Move you over here. So one survey ship, one drone. Normally I do this much faster, but I want to demonstrate specifically. So the survey ship parks itself there. And then I tell the drone, join the survey ship. By putting the survey drone onto the survey ship, what happens is now when I elastic band, both are added to my list, but only the survey ship is actively selected. So when I'm giving a move order, it's only the ship I'm giving a move order to, and the drone gets carried along with it. And this is perfect for the fact that the survey ship can FTL. So I go up a level. We will start in Stroth, is the first jump we will ever make. Excuse me. I will right click there, and in a moment he has arrived. We have made our first FTL jump. Now if I select again, he will have landed at some random spot, but I can find the unit and say center on the unit, and there he is with both the survey ship and the survey drone. And this is where I tend to use some of the AI functionality, that if I select both of them, I can pick the drone, turn on AI, immediately that drone will start going out to survey stuff. And really my intention is to leave that drone behind to do all this surveying, and in the meantime I will take the survey ship and I will simply send it back home to pick up another drone. That I've found that by having 2 or 3 survey ships and 6 to 8 drones, I can pick up a drone, drop it somewhere, automate, go back for another drone, another system, automate, go back for... And this allows me to expand my exploration pretty quickly and not have to micromanage the stuff. Because then I just go back after. Once the system is fully explored, I can check it out and see, is it something that interests me? A known glitch I will share, I don't mind talking about the things we're still improving on, is we recently noticed that when you finish surveying stuff, if there happens to be an anomaly you found that you haven't found, it still affects the fact that the game will tell you you haven't finished surveying this system. So you suddenly get, there's a bit of bleed of information. You're like, oh, I guess there's an anomaly there. I can survey. I better start doing a perimeter search to see if I can find the anomaly. And that wasn't really the intention. The intention was for anomalies to be just trickier to find, that you've got to explore around for them. So you can anticipate that's something we will try and deal with in a future update. Actually, time's rolling slow enough here that I will have the opportunity to show that this one, 95%. He's almost finished charging up the 98%. And any second now, there we go. So he's now charging up the FTL drive. He jumps out. And if I click our emblem to go back to our home system, there he is. Oh, incoming pirate. That's my drones. I better make sure I use my combat ships. Let's charge right at him. Actually, I should probably leave at least one person. Beam weapons. Oh, right, because I have another survey ship there. And the survey ships do have beam weapons. An interesting choice players get in regular play, when you don't start with the slightly more advanced tech level, is that if you go for beam weapons early, you'll get your attack fighter sooner. But if you go for the survey ship, you can get the survey ship before you have the beam weapons, and suddenly you have an unarmed survey ship. So it's there are a bit of choices in how you run through the tech tree for what you're going to run into. Okay, they want me to capture the pirate orbital station. I won't be able to do that until I have a capture-capable ship, which I think Corvette is the first ship that we get, which is survey-capable. Oh, better refill him on energy. So my other survey ship, he could take one of these drones. Let's get you over here, and we'll put a drone on you. As soon as he picks up the drone, I can now take the survey ship, and we'll jump over here. I guess I should speed up time just a little. And then the other survey ship, making sure that his carry capacity shows, 1 of 1. I guess we'll go out this way. Oh, and we found an inhabited system. This has 2 planets, so this might be a pirate and another. We found while that was going on, we also found a habitable world. Let's see where that is. So in System Stroth, this is kind of nice. There's a habitable world right next to a gas giant. I am definitely going to colonize this. Okay, actually I'll leave it paused for just a moment because the other system I had arrived in, where is he? Yeah, so this is the one where if we look at inhabited planets, there are 2 different inhabited planets. One of these is likely to be another major faction. The other one is likely to be pirates. Not entirely sure which is which. I'm just going to grab the survey drone, automate it. So the drone's heading off. Because I'm going to be coming back to this system at some point, I think I'm going to get this survey ship to drop a beacon over here for now. I can always get a different beacon another time. Okay, so those ships are busy. I also jumped to this one. Oh, yes. Every now and then, you will find there is a system which is totally empty. So in this case, I'm probably just going to take the survey ship. And like I was saying, I'm going to drop a beacon over here. And as soon as the beacon's dropped, I'm going to jump this ship to the next system. All right, back to our homeworld. The other faction, the Rydandites, researched something. I suppose I could take a moment to look at the diplomacy. So here we can see myself, the colony we've created, the Rydandites, and the scavengers are the pirates. Let's negotiate with the Rydandites. We have most of the treaties already. Resources, well, they're managing their resources okay. Technologies, we've definitely outpaced them. Oh, that's true. We actually started with more stuff than them. So I suppose we could, since they're fighting the pirates and they're our ally, I could offer them the focused beam weapons, and I could say, will you give me equal value in energy? They're not really crazy about that because energy's tough. What about finished goods? Yeah, they're happy with that. Is that army? construction that's idle. Oh, what happened to my small fleet? They're still moving. They haven't arrived at the pirate world yet. Oh, the Rydandites are trying to send one ship. Alright. This is one of the things that, having played the testing that we've done pre-release, I definitely found that this is a game where you are jumping around a lot. One of the things that was put into the original Galactic Ruler, and is still there, was in the recon department. We do have a system for hotspots, which will tell your governor where you want them to focus if you want to automate more of your stuff. But also in the navigation, you can see any nav points you've saved. Oops. We ran into pirates in another system. Bilge baboons. Let's see where they are. I'm going to condemn their declaration of war on me. I'm going to pause. Okay. So what I was saying was that if we find a point that's interesting, for example, I commented about this location here, that I was like, oh, I definitely want to colonize this. So I can right-click and set a nav point. And this means that even if I go back to my home system and click my emblem again to go down to my planet, at any time I can go back to saved nav points, and by double-clicking it will take me directly to where I had kept that. So I've found the nav points are particularly good for helping me jump around the different points of the galaxy and get to the things that are of interest to me. I think I'm going to pause the stream for just a minute. I need to refill my water and just give my voice a break for a minute. I will be back in 5 minutes. I guess I'll put